Talking About It. I'm John Griffith.
I'm Cara Kilduff.
Welcome back.
Thanks. I forgot my ID last month, guys.
And that little see you next Tuesday up front.
No. It's good. It's good. All good. No, I forgot it last month. I was working, and then I realized halfway through the day, oh! And I told Jonathan, I was like, I forgot my passport. And he's like, we'll miss you. Yeah. Actually, I forgot it today, too, but I had time to go home and get it.
And you got here before 5 minutes into the show.
I know! It's amazing. I was super organized this morning. I got up. I had to do what I had to do. I went to therapy because I'm crazy. And, yeah, it was awesome.
Okay.
Paid my rent.
What?
Yeah, I know. I was on
crazy.
time for therapy. Buy a lottery ticket, guys.
Well, we have one familiar face and...
One new face.
One new face. So, Ragu, Liz Glazer, welcome.
Hi. Thank you.
Welcome.
Thanks, John. Thanks, Cara, for having me.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
I went to therapy today also.
You did?
Yeah.
What street is yours on?
In Murray Hill, in Manhattan.
Because mine's on like 9th Street and 6th, like down there where they
I just take happy pills.
tend to congregate. Yeah.
My therapist comes over.
Really?
What?
Just kidding.
That's a different kind of therapy.
Oh, and then we have sex. Oh, it's a different kind of therapist. Oh, you're not talking about a sex therapist.
No.
But it's interesting you
never
say
mind.
that because, so transference is a thing, like with therapists, right? Like
Yes.
you want to have sex with your therapist.
Oh, I so don't.
And, right. And so it was interesting to me because I've been seeing my therapist for 9 years. And really?
Yes.
Wow. So we just met today, and we may or may not have met earlier in our lives. That remains to be determined.
Yes.
But we have so much in common.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
Before the cameras rolled, Liz was like, "Are we all gay here?" Just want to
And
get
we
that
are.
out in the open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, because I mean, it's fun to be around gay people. You know, gay
so
is happy.
fun.
I don't think it's a coincidence that those two terms mean,
Yeah.
you know,
I agree.
right, having sex with the same sex and.
Oh, so wait, you don't
happy.
want to bang your therapist?
I don't. And so I find that interesting because I want to have sex with, I would say, I don't want to say like most women or, you know, whatever, but like it's a pretty good percentage, particularly if we're going to be in an intimate relationship of some kind or another, you know, that I'm going to have sexual or romantic feelings that arise. And I mean, I've thought about like going into recovery for this because that's a thing. It's a romantic obsession. It is. And so, you know, and I don't know, like, how do you know if you're addicted to something? I don't know. I mean, whatever.
Can you stop anytime?
No, I can't because and that's serious because it's the kind of thing where I'll be like, oh, I feel pretty secure in my sense of self and I like the routine that I'm having in my life or whatever. And then a girl comes along and it all goes out the window.
Yeah.
And so I feel like I don't think I can just stop it. So I don't know. That's where I'm at. I don't know where you guys are at. But
And you, well said, lesbian.
thank
Well
you.
said.
Thank
well
you.
said.
Thank you. And thank you for using my given name.
How are you, Thomas?
I'm doing well.
Would you like to expand on that? I'm doing well.
I'm doing well.
Well, he saw the other kind of therapist, so.
Yeah, I'm having sex with the man who makes my bagels,
Really?
the candlestick maker,
Wow.
And the butcher?
the butcher, the baker.
What does
right.
Pete Ragu think about all of this?
He's very upset. He's very upset. He's like, listen, I need to go for a walk, and if you're not going to take me, we need a dog walker around here. You know. So.
Oh, Pete, have you met Pete regularly?
I haven't.
Yeah, Pete Ragu
Yeah.
is my adorable dog
I
on
figured,
Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Facebook.com/Pete.Ragu.
Yeah.
More friends than I do, and more events to go to. He's
I
very,
mean,
very
if
popular,
you
John.
raise children who
It makes me feel. How do you feel as a result of
surpass
that?
you. Yeah.
He's extremely popular. As a parent, it's very difficult for me to accept the fact
Right.
that my baby is more popular
But
than
you're
I am.
admitting it. You're admitting it, which is like
Is the
half
first
of the,
the first step
Yeah.
of recovery.
Yeah.
Believe me, I've read about this somewhere.
Right. some big book.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
a big book,
Yeah.
has a triangle or
Yeah.
or something,
Or just nothing.
or a diamond. Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's that?
Copy on my shelf.
Yeah.
Where are you today with your feelings? Oh my God, this is like such a lesbianic opening
This is
to
like,
the show,
this
Ms.
is, I mean,
Glazer.
we're going to have to pass the basket and do the 7th tradition in a moment.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love it. I love
I mean,
it.
I really like talking about feelings. That's like the only thing I ever care about talking about.
So how did we become stand-up comedians then? Because comedians don't talk about feelings. We make
I
jokes
do.
about them and then deflect and,
I don't do that, I don't think.
yeah.
And I don't mean that like, oh, I'm better, than other comedians.
Do you have a TV?
I really don't
watch
think I
TV.
should
I'm like
answer. That's
Madonna.
a
I
very
don't watch
personal
television.
question. Yeah.
We don't have a television in the house. I'm like, really, Madonna? Really?
Yeah, I'm actually trying to sell my TV, but not because I don't watch TV, but just because I don't watch it on a television set.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's just the way of the now.
Yeah, nobody watches
Yeah,
television.
yeah. Well, right. I mean, but like you can watch so many things on the computer these days.
Right.
So.
I feel like I'm watching a parody of a talk show
Yeah.
right now with you
Yeah,
two. This
right.
is fabulous.
You're watching a parody of like Hoda and Kathy Lee.
Oh, well,
But that leads into the reason I imagine that you're here, or one of them,
Right.
which is to promote your 1-year anniversary. This is amazing
Right.
that Tom has
yeah,
had
that's right.
a year-long run so far
So far.
of
Right.
a radio show.
I do. Yeah, my
Yeah.
radio
Give you
show.
a coin for that, but
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
But then I would just swallow it like everything else, John.
Oh, you swallow. Interesting.
So my radio show, which I do with the fantastic Laura Spaeth, who unfortunately couldn't be with us today, but I do want to say hello.
Hi, Laura.
Hi, Laura. Is on Bbox Radio, bboxradio.com, and it's every Friday afternoon from 12 noon to 2 p.m. Eastern. It's called TGIF with Tom and Laura, and we have a great time every week. Liz is going to be one of our guests this coming Friday afternoon.
Have you done it before?
I have. Yeah, one
fun.
time.
Yeah, she's
Yes.
been on before.
Fun.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
fun show. Cara has been on with us numerous times. Or Cara.
Well,
Well,
we've
we've had this conversation about how to pronounce her name.
Uh-huh.
For Cara and I know each other for like I would say 9 years, 9.5 years.
As long as we've been seeing our therapists.
Right.
Yeah.
And the entire time I've been pronouncing her name Cara.
But you don't want to have
Cara.
sex with each other.
No.
No.
Okay.
And just recently, she said to me, my name is pronounced Cara.
How was that conversation? Because I would think that it's probably a little late in the game, and I imagine it was awkward.
No, it wasn't.
Really?
Because it's Tom.
Right. Right.
He's my
Yeah.
he's my friend.
Yeah.
He's my friend. I've known him a long time.
But are you Thomas like TH? But it's not Thom.
No.
That would be funny if after 9
That would
years he's
bother
like,
me.
you know what? It's Thom.
It's Thom.
It's
Please
Thom.
call me
the
Thomas.
Stephen versus Stefan.
For sure.
Kind of thing.
Or
Yeah.
call me Tomas.
Right.
That really would be like the equivalent of Cara versus Cara.
Yeah.
Call me Tomas.
Well,
Yeah.
no,
Like
I
I'm from
know,
Brazil. Call me
No,
Tomas.
I know
Right.
Tomas. He's from Germany.
Yes, I know Tomas
And
too.
everyone calls
I know
him
one, too.
Thomas,
And
but I
he's-
call
Do you know
him
a
Tomas.
No.
Not
Sorry.
even. Okay, so
Poor-
I'll
poor-
introduce you to one, and then
Okay.
the
I
next
would
time we're all on the show, then we can all go around.
Yeah, it's like from years ago, I have a
Reconvene
lot of
about
gaps in my
Tomas.
memory, so maybe I do, and I just don't
Yeah,
remember it.
yeah, it's probably a good idea for you to check.
Me too.
Yeah.
I too. I have a lot
Oh
of
wait,
gaps.
back to you and
Yeah.
your radio show.
Back to me.
Yeah.
Back to me.
So
Back to me.
Bbox Radio, noon to 2 normally, but noon to 2:30
Yeah, we're
this
having
Friday.
an extended
Extra half hour.
extra half hour
What's
show.
the musical theme?
Donna Summer, try and act surprised.
Wow.
Yeah. I was
So it's a disco
preparing,
party.
listening to This Time I Know It's For Real
Yes.
on the train this morning.
Well, I'll
lip
definitely,
syncing
I'll
to
definitely put that
In
on
the Mirror.
because
Thank you.
you like that song.
I love that song.
Yeah, it's one of my least
I wanna
favorite
get-
of the Donna
really?
Summer songs, but I'll do
Really?
it for you.
I mean, you don't have to.
No, I want to because.
But I
you're my
one
special-
time was
Look,
listening
we're arguing
to
just
that.
like Hoda and Kathy Lee. No, Kathy Lee. Well, I'll do it for you, Kathy
See,
Lee.
you think we're arguing, and I think we're finally talking.
Yes.
I think you
That's-
guys are
yeah.
finally talking.
Yeah.
We're finally.
Yes.
I'm just going to my iPad and let them.
Oh,
talk
are you
amongst
saying if you know
themselves.
a Tomas?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
checking his Facebook
Right.
friends.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, you can probably find one.
There's a
somewhere.
Tomas, I'm sure.
For sure.
Of the tens of people that you know, I'm sure that there's a Tomas there.
Tens of people.
Of the fives of people that
The
he-
fives of people, yes.
There's a Tomas.
For
He's
sure.
got to know a Brazilian guy named
Absolutely,
Tomas.
yeah. Or somebody who's not, but is like a Brazilophile, and is like, I'm Tom, but that's too boring, so I'm going to be Tomas, like you,
Or a
Tomas.
thumb.
Or a thumb. Yeah.
I had a professor in school whose name, he spelled it thumb, and it really irked me.
Yeah, professors would do something like that. I can say that because I used to be one.
Now
And,
that did not slip by when we were talking earlier.
Yeah.
That is super interesting. What
Is
were
it?
you teaching?
I taught law school. I taught law school for 9 years as well. That's about, it's a time period that I like to.
Are you a lawyer?
I am. Yes.
That
Did
is
you need something?
Nuts.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
That is wild.
Okay. So these are your feelings about my being a lawyer. See, that's the thing. So I used to be a lawyer, which meant that I didn't deal with feelings really at all. And then I was like, all I care about are feelings, so I'm just going to stop being a lawyer.
So wait, what made you
Yeah.
decide to do comedy and stop law?
Yeah. I mean, it was somebody who was, I took an improv class. That improv class had a teacher. That teacher and I remained friends. And then she had a show and was like, you should be on the show. And I was like, doing what? And she was like, just, like go on stage, just say stuff. And she didn't call it stand-up. Because I think if she had called it stand-up, I would have been like, that's not what I am.
Oh, right.
But
tricked you.
sort of, but
Well
in a
done.
really wonderful way, in a very supportive way, and I'm forever indebted to her. Her name is Lindsay Haley, and she's wonderful. So I did her show, and I had what I refer to as a professional orgasm on stage, which differs from a real orgasm only because I was 100% sure it happened. And it was amazing, in the way that stand-up. John, do you do stand-up also?
I've dabbled, but
Okay.
it's not a passion.
Yeah,
So.
right. And I think it's got to be that. And so basically, once I did that, I was like, if this is a thing that a person can do, then I would like to be a person who does this. And I act also, and I write and stuff. But that's kind of what ignited me leaving.
Did you ever think
Yeah.
that this would ever be your path?
No.
You know Karen Berg?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
She's got that story. That's right.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
She's a great
There,
person.
there are
I know
a
she's
number,
wonderful comedian.
there are a number of
Yeah.
of former lawyers
foot
turned
fell
comedians. I
asleep.
know about a dozen of
yeah.
them.
Yeah.
Kevin Israel, Joan
Yeah,
Weisblatt,
Kevin Israel was my student. Isn't that funny? I think
and
that's
Joan
weird.
Weisblatt,
Yeah.
and a couple of other people I know.
yeah.
Where did you teach law?
At Hofstra.
I almost
Yeah.
went to school there.
Oh, really? Yeah.
long
It was
time ago.
wonderful. They were, I really have nothing bad to say about the experience. Not to say that like every day was like rainbows and flowers
Yeah,
or
but that's
whatever.
interesting that
yeah.
that's what you did. You were,
Yeah, right. But it wasn't like, oh, I hate this, let me find something else. It was
What kind
more
of law
like,
did you teach?
I taught property law because I used to be a real estate lawyer, and then I also taught law and sexuality, transgender rights, First Amendment, basically like any kind of law relating to people being themselves, acting out, that kind of thing, which does dovetail into the life that I currently lead.
That's amazing.
Thank you. Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it's an interesting path, and it's people ask. I don't know if this was a question that you were going to ask, but I'm a lawyer, so I anticipate questions. But people ask, like, to what extent, if any, do you incorporate that into your material?
I was not going to ask
Okay.
that question.
Yes or no, right?
Well, no, and I don't really, in the sense that I don't like, talk about, like, oh, here's a funny story about a student or anything like that. But I think it informs the way that I think and I speak and I, process like my whole life. And so it's sort of,
Hecklers must not stand a chance.
well, it's interesting that you say that because I love hecklers, and I have a show that was predicated on welcoming essentially hecklers. So I like that.
I could just imagine you.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what it is that I do to them, whatever. But I used to host a show called Say Everything, and the premise of that show was that anybody could say whatever they wanted at any time. And it's a question, I think being a classroom teacher for a long time gave me like the confidence to be like, I got this, like I can handle a room. And so in an ideal situation, and thankfully we were blessed to have these ideal situations a lot of the time that the show existed, it didn't really devolve into heckling in the strict sense of the word. Like heckling, I would imagine, a strict heckle is like, boo, you suck, whatever. Whereas somebody
Show us your tits!
Yeah, like, right, something like that. But you're saying show us your tits right now is exactly the type of quote heckle that I welcome, namely something that is a contribution to the conversation, because you were.
You are such a dyke with your comedy too.
Is that right? Tell me about that. What do you mean?
Just when you're like, I'm welcoming you into the conversation. I love it. No, keep going. Keep talking.
But yeah, no, but you're saying show us your tits right then. You didn't mean show us your tits, although if that is what you meant, it's your show, and I'm happy to show all of Queens my tits. I used to live in Queens, so I can appreciate what the audience wants and give them what they want.
If it makes you happy, it makes me happy.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
And
well,
here in Flushing, they would really never see a set of tits like this.
Because Asians?
Perhaps.
Okay. Okay. No, I mean, I was just trying to gather. Yeah, I mean, I don't.
The lawyer is trying to like make sense of what I.
Right. I will show my tits. I have, pretty much no problem. No, I don't mean literally right now, but like I have really big nipples. Oh my God, I talked about this.
You talked about this on the show, yeah.
Right, which is so funny.
No, you talked about your areolas.
Yeah.
Not the nipples.
Yeah.
Not the nipples per se.
Yeah, that's true.
But the areolas around.
Right.
That's the around part, right?
She should talk to Jackie Monahan.
Does she also have big areolas?
Allegedly.
Wow. Okay, so it's great to start off a friendship with something in common.
Well, I mean, she's in LA now, but I mean, I think,
What are
guys could
3,000
Skype.
miles?
You
Yeah.
can Skype.
Yeah.
Here,
When
these
I
are
come
mine.
to slow down and
These are mine.
resubmit it
Show
in
me
half an
yours.
hour,
Yeah.
I'm going to call it Show Me Your Tits.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's a great idea.
You're so supportive. You must have been an amazing professor.
Thank you. I think I had my days, but I'm sure that I also had the other days. Yeah. So anyway, I like when people feel welcomed into a conversation, and so I think a strict no heckling policy, which is obviously the norm in stand-up comedy, can be overly restrictive in terms of like promoting actual free speech and conversation. Because sometimes it's like if you're on stage and somebody's like, I got something to say, there are moments when that thing actually adds to the show. I believe that. And I think it's the arrogance at times of the stand-up to not welcome that. And so, I think that, there are slippery slopes and whatever, and it's easier to have a rule about like, no, I'm at the mic and I get to say whatever. But I'm like, listen, if I'm speaking and nobody else is speaking, that's because I'm good at it, not because I'm the one on stage. And I guess, that kind of policy like keeps me honest.
There are, trained stand-up comedians that have an issue with that. Like they get very frightened when there aren't ground rules, when it's sort of an avant-garde type of show or an alt comedy type of show.
Yeah.
Where the rules are different and it's not a formal stand-up comedy show where the audience has a role and the stand-up comedian has a role,
like
and
you
those two should never meet.
Right.
You can't have hecklers screaming things out at a place like Gotham.
Yeah, I would love
that's
to say everything though at a place like that though, because
But
I think it would be
it's
fun.
different though, because if those ground rules are already set, then it's one thing. But if you, I saw there was a show one time I went to. Jessica Kirson was headlining, and some guy was like really drunk and being stupid, and she handled it so well. And then he got up.
That was at the Women We Love show that I did at the Metropolitan Room.
No. This was in the main room. No. This was in the main room, and this guy got up and he was like walking towards the stage, and she was and she handled it. And she's like, buddy, don't touch me, because those guys. And sure enough, security was like, whoom. She's like, say whatever you want, don't touch me.
Huh.
And it was
interesting.
Yeah, and they tossed his ass out.
Yeah.
Like,
Interesting.
Sometimes boundaries are good.
yes.
I mean, I have none. I really don't.
Maybe you need to explore that in your next.
I mean, we talk about it in therapy, yeah. Oh, yeah. What's the difference between a stand-up show and a therapy session? The eternal question. But yeah, I've never wanted to have sex with my therapist. I do want to have sex with most people in the audience of a stand-up show and everybody on stage. Yeah, I would say that. And bookers and bartenders, everybody involved,
Whatever
pretty
works.
much. Yeah, totally.
You just have a lot of love to give.
I think that's right.
And I want to have sex with all my listeners at the radio show.
I get it.
Like when I get emails from them, I Google like what they look like, and I'm like, oh,
I get it.
Vinny from Staten Island is hot.
Right. He would be though. You know what I mean?
Vinny.
Yeah.
I was
for sure.
thinking about that today. The emails that you get from listeners.
Oh my lord.
It's great that you're getting them. You know people are listening, but aren't
Yeah,
they,
at least
like,
I know people are listening, and I'm not like talking, you know.
But aren't they like demanding?
We do get some really interesting, you know, email requests and just.
What's the nuttiest, or what email from a listener sticks out most in your mind?
Great question.
Let's see. I would say probably like 3 months ago we got an email from this guy named Vito. He happened to be from Staten Island, and he said that that my voice turned him on so much that he wanted to demonstrate how much it turned him on, and he attached a dick pic to the email.
Yeah.
Now, dick pics make me very nervous. I just automatically delete them because I don't know what to do. You know, like I'll look at an ass pic all day, John, but like a dick pic, I just, you know, they go right in the delete file because I just, you know.
I love a dick pic.
Well, I'll forward them to you because I get
Great.
at least two a week from
really
listeners.
find them
Why
interesting.
do they send me dick pics? This is a radio show.
I don't have that problem, unfortunately.
Do you want that problem?
Maybe.
So Vito,
I feel you.
let me just tell you about Vito. I have never seen a dick pic where the dick pic needs to be continued on the next dick pic. This was such a dick pic.
Wow.
It should have been like a panoramic dick pic. It was just an amazing.
Because the dick was that big?
The dick was that big. It was.
See, I would want to see that pic.
So
I'll see if I can find it.
Yeah,
but I'm pretty
please
sure I
do.
deleted it.
Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, you don't have to like go searching in your.
Or I may have sent it
Junk.
to Luis Leon.
Oh, okay, great.
Because
Great.
That's mean.
That's funny. He can handle
it's
it.
quite possible.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I have a friendship with this
No,
guy.
because
yeah.
no, he was on the show at the time. That's why I may have sent it to him.
Right.
Not because I'm being nasty or catty or.
Sure. Yeah.
Because that's not part of my
No.
personality.
No. Yeah, you gave that
Well,
up a
wait,
while
it
ago.
reminds me to a joke that you did many years ago about that girl with the the penguins. What was it?
Cara Di Cabello.
What
Okay,
happened
so
to her?
when I first started doing comedy,
We gotta hear.
like, let's say, like,
He had a folder. All right, go
this
ahead,
was
go.
just too much. So I was doing comedy maybe a year.
Okay.
And I used to make fun of Kirstie Alley. Back then, she was talking about how she
I
lost
love her.
75 pounds.
I really
And she
wanna
went on the
have
Oprah
sex with
Winfrey
her.
show.
Yeah.
I lost 75 pounds, 75 pounds, 75 pounds.
I remember that.
And I used to do this joke, like I never saw anybody who lost 75 pounds yet looks exactly the same. Because usually, if you lose 75 pounds, there's a difference.
Okay.
And what
And-
did you do?
Fair
How
point.
she was just.
Right, and like I would say that I just think she's standing differently because she would normally just be like, oh, I'm Kirsty, but now she's like standing to the side and she's
funny.
elongating the torso.
Yeah, it has a big effect.
And somebody had posted a video of me doing this routine on YouTube. It may have been me, but I mean, and because it had Kirstie Alley in the title, some of the Kirstie Alley fans had picked it up. If you,
I
so
see.
if you were Googling Kirstie Alley, my
Sure.
video would pop up.
Okay.
Okay.
So one of the Kirstie Alley fans, let's just call her Cara Di Cabello,
Okay.
because that's her name.
It's a great name for a story.
And so she so she wrote to me and she was like, now Cara Di Cabello's YouTube profile. And all her videos were all about penguins. Penguins walking, falling down, getting up, walk. It was all about penguins.
Okay.
Penguins. She was a big penguin fan.
Yeah.
And so she writes to me and she said, "Don't talk about Kirstie Alley. She's beautiful.
Yeah.
You look like you have a lot of nerve talking about what people what people
yeah.
eat. You look like you eat a cheeseburger every day, fat ass."
I ate a cheeseburger.
And I'm like, I don't eat a cheeseburger every day, but I do eat penguin burgers.
Nah.
They're delicious. And it was, and I really should have sent her a muffin basket because I used that joke for like 5 years
Yeah.
in my
Yeah, but it still makes me.
Maybe she's
in my
watching.
alleged comedy act, John. Wake up. Okay.
I'm here. I'm here.
I love that joke.
Yeah.
I hadn't thought
Penguins
about
are
her.
gay.
I hadn't thought about her in a very long time.
Well, it just made me think of that because I was washing dishes and I was thinking about this guy was going to see you tonight, and what did you get for emails from? Yeah, anyway.
But yeah, we get a lot of emails from the listeners. They love, and the thing about our listeners is they either love Laura and they hate me and they find me very, very annoying, or they love me and they are very indifferent toward Laura. No one really hates Laura because she's not a hateable personality. She's wonderful and accomplished and fantastic and beautiful, and I feel lucky to be sitting next to her every week. But they feel indifferent toward her. So it's really like love or hate. There isn't anyone who likes both of us at the same time.
Interesting.
Which I find fascinating.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Wow.
What about Luis? Luis Leon.
Well, Luis is, Luis has, Luis and the show, we've parted ways. So Luis is no longer on the show. So that's a couple of weeks now. But when he was on the show, he had a tremendous following, and we certainly wish him well. But we have a new sound engineer and somebody named DJ Chauncey D.
Oh, yeah. I know him.
Knows you.
I know.
We talked about you last week, that you guys worked together at the restaurant.
A million years ago.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is, I can't remember what name we used with him then, because it certainly wasn't Chauncey.
Oh, no?
Uh-uh.
Oh, so Chauncey's not his real name? Because he told me Chauncey wasn't his real name.
Okay.
Because it's like Chauncey Dondridge. And I'm like, really?
He made me a mix CD. This
Yeah.
is how long ago
He's
it
a
was.
great
He made me
DJ.
a mix CD, so I still have it. And the sleeve that he used for it, he stapled notebook paper together. I still have it. When you see him Friday, tell him I still have that CD.
Yeah, you're going to have to come on again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's just fun.
It is really fun to
Yeah,
do.
we have a lot of fun. We mix everything. We like to have pop culture, and we talk about current events. And this week is going to be, we're going to have a lot of people swinging on by, and Liz is going to be with us for the entire show.
Missing therapy.
Yeah.
Oh, twice a week, huh?
3 times.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's impressive.
So where can people find the
Thanks.
show?
So we are on bboxradio.com, bboxradio.com. You can also go to the show's website, which is tomragu.com/TGIF, and all the information is there. Or Facebook, and you can look us up at TGIF with Tom and Laura, and you'll find archives of old shows and what's coming up with new shows and upcoming guests and all that sort of great stuff.
Okay. And Liz, where can people find out more about you?
That's a great question. I mean, I go to my therapist to find out more about me. But in terms of how other people can access me, I mean, I'm searchable on Google and YouTube and Facebook and, Liz Glazer, comedy. I look like me. I sound like me.
Okay.
I'm me. So that's how.
Once this goes online, I will find some links and I'll throw links to both
Cool.
of
Thanks,
them.
John.
I know all your shows are archived, so if people happen to catch this in a rerun, the anniversary show will be up by then. So
Yeah.
definitely
Yeah.
gonna check it out, give a listen.